Hi everyone, welcome to Marianne's Mystic Mentions. I'm Marianne. Thank you very much for tuning in today. Welcome to my collective reading. This is going to be for the week starting from today, the 26th of May through the 1st of June. Oh, gee. Yep, halfway through the month almost, or year, excuse me. Halfway through the year. Further along in the month. Today's a very exciting day though. So welcome everybody. I really appreciate you stopping in today. Today is several things. It is definitely a Gemini season that we're in. Happy birthday, every single Gemini. It's my brother's birthday today. Happy birthday, Barry. Shout out to Barry. And it is the sun in Gemini, which would represent the season that we're in, and the solar return for all Geminis. But it's also the moon, which represents the new moon for today, which I've always, I love every single moon phase. I just really cherish the new moons because they represent exactly that. New things, new beginnings, new starts. We get that every single month. This is a super moon. This is the very first moon in this year that's following all of the retrogrades because all planets are now, with one exception, Pluto, stationing direct. And that's a beautiful feeling. It's a feeling of heightened energy. Now, when it is in the sign of Gemini, as it is, that is an air sign. So Gemini is notoriously known for their ability to speak and communicate and teach and share and learn and network and have fun. And, you know, they're very versatile, very resourceful, very, I find them to be very fun. So I hope that that's the kind of energy that's coming to you, because this year has not been probably as fun as others have been in the past, and that's going to happen. I have found, pockets, I think we all can, of times that, you're just absolutely going to focus on the good because, it's really what we need to do in the times that are a little more challenging. Just let's focus on those times that come along. For example, June is going to be great for all of us to do our vacations, planning them at least if you're not actually going away in June. I just got back from mine 2 weeks ago. And it's the one I do once a year with my children. And it was absolutely wonderful. And it's already over. So I planned for next year's already. It's usually the same time. And yeah, so this is family-oriented energy. And by the way, in the latter part of June coming up, we do have the sun sign changing from Gemini to Cancer. So that's definitely a family-oriented energy, and it's very emotional, and it's watery, and it's fluid, and it's sensitive, and it's psychic, and all those really wonderful things. So we're going to read a couple things. For those that are new, I do have a format. For those coming back, I love and appreciate you supporting me. I really do. I'm a smaller channel. I'd like that to grow. I'm going to be patient, and I'm going to continue to do what I've loved doing for so long. But I do want to say one more thing, if I may, before I proceed on with the reading. I want to do and bring back, as opposed to the collective reading I'm doing now, I want to bring back my love series because I did it about 5 years ago. And this is what initiated my passion and joy from a very early age, actually 12 years old, when I realized that I was a Libra. So I'm a fellow air sign to you, beautiful Geminis. Once again, happy birthday to all of you. May this year bring you incredible love, joy, and fulfillment in every area that you choose to manifest that in. And I just want to bring back the series because it actually did well, but I had to stop for about 2 years, my channel. So I'll be bringing that back. Hopefully that'll happen in June. It's so conducive and so perfect for this time with the new moon. Please do write down your intentions, everybody, if you have the opportunity to. There's something very powerful about writing down, thinking and feeling. It actually creates the reality and the tangibility of it. I mean, it becomes an absolute, okay? So you don't have to trust me on that. Give it a try if you have not done that. This is the perfect day to do so. And it doesn't mean everything has to happen today. I mean, I like to try to fit in everything I can. It's considered my day off, but it's usually one of the most busiest days. And you might find yourself not as energetic today because anytime there's a new or full moon, it can affect our energy levels, our sleeps, and things of that nature. But it is beautiful nonetheless. So I'm going to start with the chakra for the week. And that is the beautiful energy center and how Spirit wants you to focus on this specific chakra for reasons that I don't know as a general reading, but perhaps you will. So I'm going to put it behind the back. There's 8 chakras I speak of. They have beautiful mantras on the back. I'm going to read to you when it comes up to one that is actually being provided and guided for us. And we'll go from there into the 6-card reading I'll do, past, present, and future, and ending with an individual card and kind of catalyst for the week for every single sign, okay? It's a little quick, but it has meaning, and hopefully it'll go very well and culminate with your reading today, okay? So thank you for joining me yet again. Please do like and subscribe if you feel so inclined. It's a beautiful way to support me. Bam! Courage, 3rd chakra, strength, power, the sun. I mean, we're definitely supposedly in the northern hemisphere as we're in spring. It does tend to get warmer. And I look really forward to it. As you see, I'm still wearing, a couple layers here. It's nice out, but I'm perpetually cold. So that's just me. I look forward to the sun. It does really beautiful things for us as well. It's reminiscent of Leo, which Mars is still in the sign of Leo. Mars, the energetic, powerful, warrior planet that creates energy, aggression, and, sometimes to a fault, but it's in Leo, and that can be very, very fun and persuasive. It can mean you're in the limelight somehow, that you're shining, that you're being seen at long last, for better or worse. And so I love that for you. So the 3rd chakra. All right. Now, coming into the reading, I do my little meditation ahead of time, talking to all of you and just kind of sitting with the up-and-coming video, which is now and this present thing happening, and blue was just written all over it. I mean, it's just about the throat chakra. It's definitely the courage and the strength to speak your truth, to be honest, to be authentic, and to utilize it hopefully in ways that aren't going to offend people, because with the Mars energy, it can create a little more aggression than normal that you might, not recognize, and just being aware of that, maybe taking that breath before you respond to somebody that's done something that kind of alarmed you in some way. Not that that has to be the objective at all. I mean, it could be from excitement and beautiful things happening, and like I said, newness that's coming through for all of us. So let me read to you what it says specifically regarding this 3rd chakra. My body and personality are in harmony. I am strong, confident, and centered. I know who I am and the purpose for which I am here. So I just want to say that I love this as I said, a mantra. You can use that to make sure you're fully utilizing any of the chakras. I do a little quick meditation every morning, and I just ask to open every single chakra from the base to the crown and upward to the 8th chakra, which is all connective energy, as a collective, because we're all connected. And then I like to incorporate which by the way is already on the necklace, I remember from my last reading. And this is the, once again, solar plexus. The words associated with the crystal that are associated with the solar plexus and the color aspects, which is why I wear the colored gloves. It's about energy. It's about vibrational feelings and things, and how we feel in colors in life in general, how we feel other people's energies. These are real, true, factual, scientific realities. And we know how we feel when we're wearing our best color, or we are turned off by certain things, and that's all energy. It says confidence, power, and purpose is the whole solar plexus right about here, located right about here. This is almost our gut area, our emotional center as well. Tiger eye stone. I radiate happiness and positive energy. Positive, positive, positive. Find and join in me with the positive brigade, because when you are positive, many positive things reflect back to you. Now, I've already got this. Nope, that was from the other one. I have 2 options, and I'm absolutely incorrect, because I'm noticing that I had taken out the tiger's eye to put in the one for the reading that I did last. So let me use this necklace, and I will put in the tiger eye and show it to you while I'm at it. One of my more favorites. It's also been known for bringing luck, and every single crystal has their own very powerful energetic aspect that can help us, that can protect us, that can give us focus and more love and more strength and better sleeps and, psychic abilities and so on and so forth. But look at that. Isn't that pretty? There's so many varieties in every single crystal. I always have them. I always will as a massage therapist. I use them, and they definitely help me to do my work better and to feel like I'm in tune with the energy necessary to do so. So I'm going to put this in here. I'm going to infuse the reading with this solar plexus energy that's going to vibrate out to you as well. And as I said, I'm going to do a 6-card spread. I'm using the Gil Tarot this week. And it is, once again, for those just tuning in, welcome. It is for the week of today, May 26th through June 1st. Wow. So let's get it going on here. Let me set these aside. I will be doing, as I said, the 6-card spread, which is going to be past, present, and future with a clarification card. I have shuffled the deck and blessed the deck to show us clear and concise messages for the highest good of everybody involved. And we'll get on with this part. Let's get the party started, as it said. Oh, absolutely love that. Enterprise. Lay these out and then turn them over accordingly. So Enterprise, number 3 in numerology, another divination I absolutely love. I live by, I find myself adding up numbers all the time, whether it's people's addresses, numbers, you name it. Very vital, also very energetic. They have meaning, numbers meaning, have a lot of meaning. They have absolute energetic properties. And once again, numerology is from 1 to 9. 0 is not actually a number, but it's 1 to 9, 9 being the completion, and then starting over with 1, 0 to 10, and beginning a new cycle. So yes, for the first card for the collective today, in the recent past, could have been as early as this morning, or recent as this morning or last night, but certainly representing your past, you have Enterprise. So you have decided the fiery aspect of the 3 of Wands is Aries, Leo, I just mentioned, and Sagittarius. Now, these are the fire signs that represent our activity, our work, our strength, our, once again, confidence, leadership skills, the ability to feel we are capable, in charge. And my goodness, there's so many energies and planets now moving into the sign of Aries. So if you have any Aries placements as a general collective right now, though everybody's inclusive in this reading, you will be notably noticing this year the changes that have happened in, not for many, hundreds of years actually, with a couple and specifically. But for now, to simplify it, both Neptune and Saturn have officially entered into Aries. Now, it's a shorter stay. It's a little dip of toe in there to give us an idea. And we'll stop in September, October for both planets, and then come back into Aries in, like February and April of next year. Saturn will start, I believe it is in February, and that will be, I apologize, just the opposite. Neptune will re-enter Aries in February, I believe it's February 14th, 2026, for 14 years. And Saturn will re-enter Aries again in April for 2.5, 3 years. It'll be April of 2028. Aries is strong. Aries is confident. Aries is a leader for sure, the first sign of the zodiac. So anybody with the placement anywhere in Aries will definitely notably feel these changes. Saturn is about structure and restriction and, keeping on track and, maybe releasing things so that you can provide for something else. And, sacrificing is another word for it. All for the betterment, okay? Maybe you want to better your education where you're going to just really buckle down. You're not going to go out as many nights a week anymore. You're going to study. You're going to do great. You're going to excel. You're not going to take no for an answer as far as your goal. You can write it down. You can do anything you need to do. Saturn will help you in the end. Saturn is always there to help us. It's not necessarily the most fun planet, but it has our back. And the rewards are incredibly great at the end of it. If you're expecting a child, there's laborious, pains and structures that you need to set forth that are new because you've never had a child. And then examples go on and on and on. But the blessings you get from a child and family and that feeling that's like none other is, having that structure put in place first was what can make it so incredibly phenomenally beautiful, part of your life. So that's just what I'm seeing here. And I see 3 in numerology does represent growth and, mastering. So there's that happening, and that absolutely can happen, whether it's something new or something you're adding on to, like I want to do with my love series again, bringing that back, almost like a second chance. And anything with Gemini, which represents the twins, right? 2 people, dual personalities, sometimes they say. It's great because everything's about timing as well, right? And that's another thing that Saturn represents is the timing in life, maybe feeling, well, I'm getting on, time is going by fast. I'm actually aging. God knows I've been through that. I just had Saturn go through my first house as a rising sign Pisces, and it's now out of it, and it'll come back and visit Pisces from September to December and go back into Aries. But man, that's, I saw it. I recognized it. I was like, oh, I'm not used to not having that happen in such and such a way. I learned a lot. And I learned about boundaries, which is another huge thing. We have Pisces in the North Node position, which is all part of the eclipses, and that also happened this year. And in addition to so many other planetary changes and all the retrogrades, we've gone through so much already, everybody. This is a time to have fun, okay? Summer and July and even onward. It's really motivating us more to just recognize we've gotten through the challenge. We've got so much more life, so much more possibilities and opportunities ahead of us, and really utilize them. And that's the Aries energy. So Neptune in Aries is also, the dreamer, the maybe more confusing energy sometimes. You're seeing things one way, but maybe it's not actually that way at all. And it's kind of a strange fantasy, imaginative planet at best. And it's just, but in Aries, nonetheless, it's like, I'm going to pursue this fantasy, and I'm going to pursue this new idea and opportunity, and I'm going to give it everything I have, and I will get to a place I feel extremely happy and bountiful and abundant because of it. I hope that makes sense. Moving on, for your clarification of this enterprise, whatever it may be, is the beautiful satisfaction. Interesting, this came in the same position for a reading, because I'm wanting to get all of the June readings now. Please do watch those if you get a chance. Even the May, if it's the first time you've been watching me. I do monthly readings for every sign. And yes, the 6 of Cups. There's that Pisces energy. Pisces in the North Node for helm, I call it. The direction we want to go as a collective. It's affecting all of us. And the North-South Node, I should say, Virgo, those are the new series of eclipses. They've already started, and the settling down and the energy is certainly calmer now, because it ended the last one of Aries, for example. Once again, Aries happened at March 30th, I believe, when no, I think it was March 29th, because then the very next day is when Neptune went into Aries. But yeah, it's kind of a paradox, in the sense that they're polar oppositions between Neptune and Saturn. There's no getting around that. But that's how life is. It's the ups and downs. It's the light and dark. It's the, yin and yang. So something that, when we find that balance and we work with that, we can relate to, we can actually live very comfortably through this, and then learning the lessons as we go. So the message is coming from the last set of eclipses, bringing up the water aspect and the fact that, Piscean energy is very predominant for all of us. This is about creativity. It's about imagination. It's about psychic ability and spirituality, and maybe changing our belief systems in that way in these next 14 years in Aries, and thinking, whoa, I was so set in this one thought process for how many years, and now I don't feel that way at all. I mean, don't be surprised, okay? It doesn't matter what sign you are. This is going to affect all of us. But the 6 of Cups is beautiful. It's definitely sentimental. It's about reminiscing on what was, I think a lot of us have done that. I know I'm definitely doing that. And only because it brings me joy. And, I don't want to forget, I'd be very remiss in not mentioning that today is also Memorial Day. So my goodness, I want to shout out to everybody that has, sacrificed so much and worked towards providing safety for this country. I mean, it's just exemplary in ways that I can't really, express it. And I thank you so, so much. Shout out to my niece who's been in the Army for 8 years already. It just went so very quickly. My just incredible appreciation to you. And for those who haven't necessarily lost somebody who was in the service or anything, just the people we love, our family, our relatives, our family of any kind, our good friends, people that are no longer with us, but the sentimentality is here. This is the 6 of Cups. And, and people in your life that brought you so much joy. And being able to look at that and, cheerfully for sure, it's bittersweet, but then thinking, thank you so much. I don't know what I would have done without your presence when you were here. So I really, really love that. Perhaps somebody's coming back and you want to start a connection in some way with them. It could be somebody from the past that is coming up with this energy as well. Let's go into the present time. This is exactly the position. I absolutely shuffled these. 3 of Swords. There's been pain. It's another 3. There has been pain from, mentally, emotionally, and physically in your life. That has already occurred. That's the good news. For anybody watching, specifically, this is also, once again, an air sign. This represents the swords. And it's all about, our thoughts and how we were able to process the hurts that have happened. Are they still, like a loop in your brain? Have you been able to release a lot of that? I pray that you can, because as an air sign myself with 4 air placements, actually, it is something I have to think about and work on all the time. I do have situations where I don't like to have confrontation if at all possible, but there are things that bother me. Obviously, I am a human being, and I need to always realize now the best thing to do is to get this out in some form. I guess they have ways that you can do it, like places you can go throw plates if you're really angry, or more graciously, there are times you can just set aside times for yourself to pray and say, I'd like to release these feelings. It's been a while, and I know I need to move on, and I really want to move on. And I want to forgive. I don't want to feel that angst or that, that feeling. That's not a pleasant feeling. And that's what you're doing. You're actually really healing at this point. So I'm happy for you. And that's this present moment. You're more than ready to do so, and you've been ready. In most cases, it's quite a bit of a distance, but our brains remember things. So as long as you're not carrying around the emotional aspect of it, that's a good sign right off the bat. Let's see what the clarification is for that. And it's Priest, it's 5. What does that mean? Is that the Hierophant? I believe it is. Let me double check that for you. Because I don't want to I've been making more mistakes lately, and I don't want to do that. I've been doing this for many years, but guess what? I am not infallible. And sometimes, you just got to go back to basics. And that's what the love series will be too, by the way, just to throw that in there. It's going to be basic, but it's going to be very interesting, because I cannot tell you how accurate it is about the compatibility with people and the reasons why. So you'll have to check that out, and tell me what you think. The Priest, it's interesting. I can't. I'm sure it's meaning the Hierophant. It's just that I never really remembered the number specifically. But I'm in life path 5. Everything in my life happens in 5. 5s is change, but change is great, and change is what keeps us, motivated and moving and evolving in life. Correct. So this beautiful Priest kind of is a religious rite sort of a thing. It's maybe considering marriage or, commitment in some form. It's the hierarchy. It's somebody that can teach us. It can be a mentor, a teacher. It can be our own inner guides. My gosh, our own inner knowing is so incredible, and it's teaching us every moment. And therefore, sometimes I confuse the messages coming down through spirit and spirit guides and angels that I have with my own understanding and my own higher power that's connected to source, So there's that fine line there too, but this is a major arcana. So you've overcome this hurt to the point where you're ready to open up. You're ready to commit to something or someone else. And if not someone, just this party that wants to be happy, wants to feel, the love and joy of life in every possible way. So I love that for you as well. Future-wise, oh my goodness. Well, there's the Leo aspect again in the solar plexus, the sun, the brightest, most beautiful, energetic card. And that's what June's going to be for so many of us. Yes, we'll have our days that are off for whatever reason. There's some conjunctions between a couple planets and things that are going to be notable, but you just sit and you feel appreciative and you look out and you say, I'm alive. I get to say that. I have a birthday. Not everybody does. We've all lost people that we love dearly and we think of them on their birthday regardless. But the sun, 19, 1 + 9, starting over 10, new beginnings, new feelings, new opportunities to change your perspective and your outlook and to feel fired up and excited and having fun. Always remember to have fun, okay? I tend to forget these days and I always say, wait a minute, no. Have to write that into my agenda. Go and do this because I love doing this. Whatever it is, it may be 1 hour out of the week, it doesn't matter. This I love doing. This is my definite passion for you and I hope that you resonate in good ways and it lifts your spirits, and that's exactly what my intention is. And so the clarification of the sun, is conflict. Okay, well listen, let's be real about this. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, wait. Yeah, it's the 8 of Swords, and it's right there in the center, forgive me. But it's green and purple. 8 is definitely one of the most powerful, abundant, and prosperous numbers. 8 is when we get really into our minds. There's the Swords yet again. And that's come up, twice now? And knowing that, this is about, forgive me, I was just sidetracked for a second looking at the Enterprise one again. It's our own self-restriction, our own inner conflicts, and when we start to do really well, and this isn't all across the board, but I can tell you that I think every one of us has experienced at some point in our life, when we were doing well and we were just like, oh my gosh, things are moving my way. I can feel the energy flowing. It's easy. It's happening, I've written it down. I believed it. It's here. And then, someone has to say something, or like, they're not necessarily happy for you, but it's really not you. It's just their own issues that we all experience. We know what that's like, and just taking that in stride and just saying, you know what, I'm not going to let that particular comment or that little side look or whatever it may be. I have one of those things happen at work as we speak. It's just, you have to honestly, and I work at this all the time. I'm not trying to preach at all. But when you recognize people, naysayers, all that thing, when you really get to the point, and I truly am, where I'm just like, that's not my business. What you think of me is not my business. What is how I receive it and how I feel about me. Once again, about the confidence, solar plexus. I feel strong. I know what I'm capable. I know what I'm not capable of, and just not letting anybody rain on your parade. That's the biggest advice I can give you for this week and moving forward in every day of your life. Sometimes easier than others, but don't let any conflict dampen your light and your ability to shine and to feel extremely powerful and happy in your life, okay? So I'm going to set these aside now. I hope that resonated in some way. And if it doesn't, just see how the week progresses, okay? There's a lot of beautiful energies coming through. I won't, mention everyone, but you'll know, and you'll, if you stay tuned, you'll be able to see different other readers speaking of them in particular. But today's really important, potent one is, of course, this new moon. So it'll start to unravel itself. If you have applied or you were waiting for some information, don't be surprised if you start hearing it, certainly by the 1st of June and then onward. Okay, June is the month Mark my words, in July it gets better. So we're going to do the individual reading I mentioned. And it's just one card for each sign. I'll do a little shuffle. It's a beautiful deck called the Neoteric Feminine Deck. And it has the sayings right on it. So I'll just read them off. If it comes up in a reverse position I don't normally read, I will read it because it has both. Because I said there's always the lighter and the shadowy side of everything and everyone in life. And we're working towards the lighter, right? And that sun, that sunshine. I actually got in the sun when I went away for the first time. I mean, I go in the sun, I go in my garden, but in a pool setting for, I don't know, that had been 15, 20 years. I used to do it all the time. It was so magnificent. It felt so good, and I got a little bit of color under all this stuff. You wouldn't be able to see it, but it was necessary. And the sun is super healthy in doses for us. We need that. It's vitamin D, for heaven's sakes. It's a natural source of vitamin D. 10 minutes a day, where, you know, sunscreen, of course, a hat. But make that happen. Get out when you can. I mean, you know, you never know. The weather patterns are definitely changing. That was weather patterns. It didn't come out too clearly. I apologize. Moving along, let's go for every single sign in the zodiac, starting with Aries. What am I calling this? The catalyst card of your week. Starting from today, the 26th through the June 1st, we have 4 of Cups. All right, well, let me read you what it says. Apathy, contemplation, feeling disconnected, melancholy, boredom, indifference, and discontent. Well, generally, I would say that this is known as the boredom card. It is. But I love that this person is with her cat, and she's doing the lotus position in yoga to say, I'm going to take a deep breath, because there's also another rendition of, you know, Rider-Waite Smith, where there's a cup being handed to this person. Okay, there's the 3 on the ground, but there's a cup coming from the sky, you know, offering something. Are you not noticing this? Are you allowing your psychic abilities to pick up, and your intuitiveness to pick up on some positive things that might be coming your way? Keep that in mind, okay? Keep your eyes open. You're very alert usually. You know, you want to progress, Aries, and that's what this energy is going to do for you, okay? So that good luck on that. Taurus, 9 of Pentacles. Wow. Independence. There's your coins. There's your, you know, what is it? Pentacles. This represents the earth sign, and it's definitely you, Taurus. And you know what? Female or male, you're feeling good. You're feeling like maybe you have just gone on vacation. You're about ready to go on vacation. You work hard. You toil. You're totally reliable. You work too much probably. And now you're realizing, man, I really deserve all the things that I like to do, because I really put out a lot of energy. And now it's time to take it in back and enjoy that sun. Okay, I'll read you what it says. Rewarded effort, success, achievement, independence, leisure, material security, and self-sufficiency. There you go. That's for you. Let me see if I can push this down here just a little bit, if you want to see a little bit more, even though I hold it up to the camera. I like this little glass table I have for such things. So there we go. And then going on to Gemini, beautiful Gemini. Happy birthday again, Gemini. Oh, 10 of Swords, end of cycle, end of hurt, end of, you know, this was it. We all have to have that rock bottom before we realize, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not going to be around that anymore. I'm taking that out of my life. I'm starting new. I'm starting fresh. This is your new moon, okay? You're in your beautiful birthday season. Make those wishes. Write them down. The words, unfortunately, ruin, failure, bitterness, collapse, exhaustion, dead end, victimization, and betrayal. All gone. No mas. Let that be gone. This is a perfect time for the re-energizing and renewing of your life. So, moving on to Cancer, the Lovers, of course. Cancer, guess what? We've got we've got Jupiter. Let me try that one more time. The benevolent planet that visits every sign every 12 years, going into your sign on June 9th. This is one of the most, well, it's exalted in your sign. Jupiter loves being in your sign, and everybody's going to benefit. It's one of the best years that Jupiter can be in. I'm excited. I know you have to be, and there's lovers involved. There's family, whatever it is to you, whatever this means. There's a great connection, great selection. It's on you. Your energy is going to be expanding and growing, and it's going to be fantastic. But it starts this week. And then we have Leo, Ace of Cups. You are being handed a very beautiful proposition, Leo. Your heart is full. You are a very passionate sign. You are a fire sign, and you ignite your life and other people you're around. You know, you're very energetic, to say the least. You are also contagious when you're happy, and you're a very giving and, you know, affectionate sign. So I love this for you. Ace of Cups, words involved. Love, new feelings, emotional awakening, creativity, spirituality, and intuition are heightened. Once again, with that Pisces in the North Node, where all our intuition is going to be spot on for so many of us. And when we're in a season that starts on June 20th of Cancer, we're going to all notice that even more as a collective. So tune into your intuition. It will never let you down. Then we have beautiful Virgo. Death, transformation, new beginnings. Once again, in order to start something, something usually has to end. And it's for the better always. Transformation, endings, change, transition, letting go, and release. The sun is shining brightly in the background. It just was waiting to happen. You know, this represents Scorpio and the 8th house and transformation and life and rebirth. And that's where you're going. That's where you're going, Virgo. Libra, temperance. Oh, I love that for you, Libra. Now, there was one underneath, but that'll be for Scorpio. Temperance is balance. It's exactly what you strive for all the time, but it's also alchemy. Changing water into wine and manifesting the things you truly want because you believe and because you absolutely will visionize those. You'll write them down, visualize. You will write them down from the intentions you have set forth on this beautiful day of the new moon. And watch what happens. You're very, very in harmony and in tune with Gemini as a fellow air sign. So it says, balance, peace, patience, moderation, calm, tranquility, harmony, and serenity. As a Libra myself, I'm extremely looking forward to that. What a year so far. But yes, all the things are like up and down, cycles and this. It's all about this now, okay? Embrace it. Scorpio, Page of Pentacles, some ideas, some new beginnings, maybe a child, maybe a new pet going to be in the household, ways to set aside money, ideas on entrepreneurial endeavors, or a second set of in-stream, or a second, what am I trying to say? A second income stream. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not that hard. Look at the perhaps traveling. With the Eiffel Tower in the background and the French beret. What? Are you going somewhere, Scorpio? Let me know. The words with this are ambitious, diligent, good-oriented, planner, consistent, star student, studious, grounded, loyal, faithful, dependable. All right. I love all of that. Maybe you are going to travel. Maybe you've set aside money just for this time. Or you're going to go across, you know, and learn and be educated and knowledgeable with this incredible Gemini energy that encourages that. To utilize our brains, you know, they're Mercury ruled. It's all about the mind and learning and growing. So after that is, what do we have here? Capricorn. No, Sagittarius. Woo! Empress. Oh my gosh. Speaking of a child, a lot of Sagittarians are expecting children. If not a child, you're expecting some kind of a new endeavor. You're giving birth to some kind of new plan. It's not unusual for you, Sagittarians. You are extremely active and positive. You're Jupiter ruled. You're a fire sign. You want truth. You want justice. You will shoot that arrow, as I always say, and point in the direction, and it will come to fruition. You are divine, feminine, sensuality, fertility, nurturing, creativity, beauty, abundance, and nature. Wow. The Empress is so beautiful. It's number 3, and it represents a lot of Venus energy. Okay, so there's love. There's love and passion for yourself, for whatever it is that you're exuding it towards. It's on for you, beautiful Sagittarians. Now, Capricorn. Hope I'm not missing any. We have the King of Pentacles. Well, that's you. There you go, the king. You are the mature, and my gosh, Capricorn, you're absolutely known as the success sign of the zodiac. I mean, you don't know anything else. You work so hard, and you are a Saturn ruled. So you've known all your life about what it means to have structure. You are also cardinal sign, which I haven't mentioned for every sign, but cardinal means you usher in a season. You ushered in winter, the hardest season of all, and you still managed to succeed and grow and excel in whatever you do. So you're worthy of everything that you have. You're very generous a lot of times, and you also know when to save it and being extremely resourceful with it. So this is beautiful for you. You're mature, you're wonderful. It says abundance, prosperity, security, ambition, safety, kindness, patriarchy, protectiveness, and provision. Yeah, you're safe. You're good. You worked for it. You know what to do with it. You're comfortable. And then we have Aquarius. Beautiful Aquarius. Pluto's in Aquarius. It went from Capricorn into Aquarius for another 20 years now. And that's pretty exciting. And it's the full, of course it is. New horizons, new beautiful beginnings. As an air sign yourself, Aquarius, you are very much in harmony with Gemini as well. This is a great time for you. It's a great season for you. You mesh well. You understand and you want new beginnings. You want to try things. You want to trust. What are the words with this? Beginnings, freedom, innocence, originality, adventure, idealism, and spontaneity. Bam. Vacations, fun, time, right? You work hard, you play hard. And then finally, but last but never least, Pisces. Ace of Swords. Truth and integrity. Wow. Conversations. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, air energy. This is factual. This is cutting away from anything that just does not serve you anymore. Something that was hard for myself as a Pisces rising and many Pisceans to have those boundaries and say no, that word no, and being extremely happy you did so. It takes years for us to understand that we're not actually hurting anybody, we're helping people. And we're letting them know exactly where we're coming from. We're not wishy-washy, we're going to get that point across. And it's new beginnings as well. The words associated: clarity, breakthrough, new ideas, concentration, vision, force, focus, and truth. Absolutely love it. I'm excited about this week. I'm excited about all of June, July, and the rest of the year, to be honest with you. It's like it's just beginning and it's just starting. And this is an absolute wonderful time to let that happen with today's new moon and all the beautiful other energies happening. But we created ourselves, okay? So we don't rely on astrology. We can use it as a guiding force. But it's really free will and our ability to manifest our own chosen paths. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you so much. Do be looking for your June readings. I would appreciate that greatly. Help me to raise the subscriptions on this channel. That would be deeply appreciated as well. Love you and take great care. Bye for now.